Hey, it's Joseph here. At the start of 2021, I actually have reoriented my studio. Some of you might have noticed that. I wanted to kind of give you overall tour of my studio setup. Obviously, it is constantly changing and then it will change very soon as well, but I wanted to just kind of document how I have it set up. So let's do this. Let me just kind of go over that setup there. Usually I mount this camera onto this monitor arm that's extending out to a ball head, eventually to an Arca Swiss plate, so that I can mount this camera on there and I can just aim it however I want it to. That way I can just show a specific shot. And in terms of light, this is Yesker, Y-E-S-K-E-R 18-inch ring light. I just wanted to resort to one single light as opposed to many different lights and many different angles. Obviously, I don't know very much about lighting in general, but just looked good, so I stuck with it. I normally turn off my ceiling light as well, but today I wanted more light so you guys could see stuff, so I just turned that on. And in terms of my monitor setup, this is my main monitor, secondary, and maybe tertiary. And as you can see, if I'm editing a video or doing some sort of 3D modeling and such, I'll probably do it here alongside the documentation. I'll view it on this side, so I have a wide range of documents and things that I can see at the same time. Just to go over the model names, this is MSI's 32-inch 4K monitor that I have reviewed, and I can't tell you the model number on top of my head. It is MSI Creator PS321URV. It's really helpful for my rendering stuff as well as video production. Sadly, I have to send this unit back as this was a review unit, but I liked it so much it became my main monitor for quite a while now. And one of the useful feature of this monitor is the fact that it has a full-size SD card reader on its side. So I have been taking SD card off of this camera and then just putting it in there so that I can read it with the high speed, get the files off of SD card. I actually should go over some of the feature of this monitor. Let me actually set it down. Can you guys actually see? Here's actually the menu that monitor offers you, and there are different modes that you can choose. Off of the Pro mode, I'm using Adobe RGB, but you can go to display P3 mode, sRGB or movie mode, office, black and white. I don't know why you would use such feature. DICOM mode and NT blue, so it becomes kind of yellow. So some of those I don't know why you would use such thing, but I stuck with Adobe RGB and it's been great. Currently this monitor is displaying 3080 40 by 2160 pixels, and that's a standard 4K resolution, and it is showing 60 Hertz, and HDR setup is off, and it is through DisplayPort. And obviously you can change all the brightness, contrast, and such. And let's also take this chance to go over with its feature. Even though this is a high resolution monitor, it is IPS panel and really color accurate. They say they have less than 2 delta E value, as well as it is 95% DCI P3 with 4 millisecond response time and HDR 600 feature. So if you're really wanting a nice 4K monitor for your professional usage, I definitely do recommend this one, but unfortunately I'm gonna have to send this monitor back and maybe put some budget together this year to buy something like this for myself. And by the way, for the MSI monitor, I actually have made a video about it, so I'll leave a link in the description for you guys to check it out. And I also have a video about Gigabyte 27-inch monitor, so I'll also leave a link as well. And this specific monitor is called M27Q. It is 1440p monitor with 27-inch form factor. I find that to be probably the perfect form factor. There is complaints about its sort of reverse RGB subpixel, so it has got the pixels kind of flipped. However, I'm not noticing any sort of unsharpness of this monitor, so I know there's some people who's kind of concerned about it, but I've been viewing very thin lines and text, and with this sort of viewing distance, it has not been a problem for me. So maybe it is my specific panel or something like that, but it certainly has been fine. And this one claims it's got half millisecond response rate, so it is kind of like a gaming monitor, but I'm using for professional usage because it has a really good color accuracy of 92% DCI-P3, and it's got frame rate of 170 Hertz, which I don't really utilize because for production I don't really need fast frame rate. And lastly, there's actually a Dell monitor that I just kind of put it up here because I show information that I don't necessarily see it all the time, such as Spotify. There is a turned off monitor that I occasionally turn it on for connecting different laptops and such, but it is just there because I just didn't know where to put it. And I don't know if you can see it, but if I want to do sort of a top-down shot with ONE R, I just kind of mount it here. I got a little arm here, and then this microphone, blue Yeticaster to be specific, that one that comes with the arm itself, and I've been using this as my main microphone. And then I got a couple of other items, and on the very corner there is a USB hub with a switch, so it is really handy to be able to turn things on and off, such as like USB cables and the camera. So that is a 4-port USB hub from Sabrent. I've been loving it so far, as well as a big sound bar from TaoTronics. None of my monitors have speakers in them, and I do want to hear sound sometimes, so I just kind of left it here. And there here is the charging pad for my phone if I wanted to, as well as the 3D mouse or SpaceMouse that I have. And the way I have this set up is there is a magnetic, kind of like a MagSafe type of USB connector. So either I can connect it to my wireless charger like that, or if I want to charge it to this 3D mouse, I can do that as well. So this is quite handy if you don't want to connect everything all at the same time. And here is my kind of desk light if I need additional light. So with the articulating arm, so I can get some light, and occasionally on a plastic cup, water, nothing fancy. And then with the keyboard, I've been still using Logitech's MX Keys. I did a review on that as well. I've been loving it with MX3 Master. And in terms of the desk, I got one from iMovR, and it is a Lander Lite, and I can actually control via this knob here, and I can go down or up. It makes it really easy because when I'm working I can also sit down and put my leg up if I wanted to. And I got a USB hub here as well, one from StarTAC. I just kind of mounted underneath the desk, and I've got custom built PC that's mounted underside of the desk. And I have featured this desktop multiple times on my channel, so you can check out the specification of this computer on those videos. And headphone for listening to music, as well as voice chat or video chat type of thing. And then everything else is kind of mess underneath, so I don't want to show that to you. And moving on to this side, actually obviously there's a sort of blackout blind that I have, and then here some knickknacks, along with making sure your hands don't stay dry because we wash hands all the time, don't we? Here's a light, and this is sort of my product shot desk that I do. I have connected these light bulbs with voice activating, so I can just say something like turn on studio lights, and I have cut out the actual activation part, otherwise I'm gonna trigger all of your devices as well. So these are actually RGB individually controllable lights that are shedding light here. So normally when I review products, this is how I usually do it. And I use this Sigma lens to shoot all of my studio shots, but this doesn't have stabilization so I have mounted different lens on my camera, but this is my go-to lens. That's why I kind of left it here. And I always seem to forget the exact numbers because I can't memorize any of the numbers. And I also have reviewed this one on my channel too, so you can check that out. But it is 16mm and then 1.4 DCDN Sigma lens. I absolutely love this lens. Quality is phenomenal. And some knickknacks. And then if I want to do an overall shot, overhead shot, this is what I would use with the arm. And if I'm sitting down, I'll just use this chair. And you kind of had seen this, but it's a lot of mess here with a lot of equipment, batteries and whatnot. And over here is a guitar that I never play. And then my closet with a VR. I can actually turn this on and it's kind of cool. But then I don't really know why I would do that, so let me just turn it back off. Here is a dichroic piece. It's kind of cool, so I kind of left it on my background. Chris Wood is an artist that I work with who does this dichroic, and it's really cool the way it plays with the light, the shadow. It's a really funky thing. Boxes over here. A lot of other junks as well. When I get products for review, this is where it resides, behind the bookshelf, so that you guys don't see. And then over here to the shelf, this is something that I try to have it on my background. Often I kind of cover it so you don't really get to see it. I don't have better alternatives, so it still is here. So stuff from Enscape, MSI, this is one from SketchUp, and then this is one from Built, and then the playing card, as I did some magic tricks before, Oculus Quest, both of the Insta360 cameras, which I have reviewed, and some pencils and whatnot, and some architectural books, and some little hardwares. And onto the floor, and the standing mat is really comfortable. I can stand for hours without much of pain on my feet. And you may ask about this sound panel. I think there used to be, so all of these sound panels used to be hung up here, but then because of the background I just kind of took it off again, and they're always kind of coming off, so I don't know what to do with them. I also don't want to spend a ton of money here or destroy the wall, so I don't know what to do with it yet, but I'll figure it out eventually. And this is kind of what it looks like with the single light that I was talking about. Obviously I use a different lens on my regular videos, but this will do. So hopefully this kind of gave you an idea about behind the scenes and what I do to make these videos. There's a lot of effort that goes in making videos, not only shooting, editing, and making sure the gears are working. Yeah, there's a lot of thoughts and process that you have to go through to keep these videos in production. And I really appreciate you either liking or commenting on my videos to let me know that you somewhat care and you have watched my videos. So if you have enjoyed this content, please like this video and subscribe to my channel for actual videos of this year as well as videos from the past. And thank you so much for watching. As always, I'll see you next time. Bye.